This is my 18-year-old Dahon bike that I predominantly use on camping trips. I wanted to electrify it and searched the internet. While searching, I came across the Geeko kit. Most reviews were quite good, so I ordered it. People said that the communication was good with the company, but in my experience there was a lot of communication, only not full information. And I had to basically install everything 3 times to make it fit and work. Here is the unboxing. There's a smartphone holder, a charger and the battery. And in the other box is the battery holder with controller. And it also includes the tools, the straps, the sensor, the washers and other things. And finally there's the wheel with the motor. Since the bike didn't have mounts for a bottle holder and I didn't want to mount the controller with straps, I installed rivet nuts. I used a specially printed 3D gauge for this. Now the controller fits nicely and eventually there's only one wire going from the controller to the motor. The next thing was mounting the cassette to the wheel. There's a special spacer ring for 7-speed cassettes. But while mounting it, I couldn't get it fastened. The spacer ring was just too thin to bridge the gap. To be able to test everything, I used my fantasy and later ordered a new set of spacer rings at Amazon. That worked. Of course, I contacted 100G and complained. There's a washer to be mounted between the cassette and the sensor nut. On YouTube, 100G wrote that it was better to mount it, so I did. When everything was ready, I mounted the wheel, connected everything, and went out for my first ride. But the ride didn't go that well. As you can see here, the chain wouldn't stay on the cogwheel of the highest gear. Whatever I did, adjusting the derailleur, nothing worked. Then I looked at the slow motion video and found that the diameter of the washer was too large. It lifted the chain out of the cogwheel every rotation. I had to remove the washer and mount everything again. Later I ordered a separate display. It came without the proper wire and instructions. I needed to contact them again a 3rd time. After 2 weeks of extra waiting, the wire came eventually, but there were still no instructions. I searched the internet to see how to connect it, and I found an operator's manual. Both connecting and operating were not successful. I contacted them again and they sent me the operator's instructions and some conflicting information. It still didn't work and I contacted them again. They told me there was a password, but it wasn't written in the manual. Finally I got things to work, but it didn't work as promised. They wrote about display priority, but not that I couldn't use the settings in the app. I wanted to set 3 levels to a speed limit of 16 km an hour and set the others to 20 km an hour. So yes, there's a lot of communication, but there is no good communication.